Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube Editor's Perspective podcast. All right. I don't know. I feel like this has been one of the few weeks where I've just been looking forward to the podcast just because it signals the beginning of the weekend for me. This week has sucked.
It definitely sucked for us with the beginning of Scary Movie 5.
Let's start it off with that. So, how did that go?
How you expected it?
No, it went even worse than expected.
Really?
Because those stupid people laughing at everything. We went to go see it on 420, and I kept saying they have to be high. These people have to be high, dude.
And I kept saying that cannot be an excuse for everything.
Dude, they couldn't have been high.
They may have been, but it's not an excuse.
They laughed at everything. There was no
it was
comedy.
all funny. It was not but comedy.
It was nothing but comedy.
Nothing but comedy.
Give me 3 scenes out of that movie not seen in the trailers.
Ass.
So, did you guys do anything obnoxious like usual?
We couldn't even muster it because the people around us were just having such a good time with it.
People would just laugh uproariously, and me and BG would just look at each other, just almost like let's just go. You want to go?
Because I mean, at that point, like everyone else's happiness was just like adding to your misery.
Yes, it was. It literally was. I did not feel like this during the Dark Knight Rises where people were laughing and applauding and stuff. But they laughed at everything. Every hit joke, every fart joke, every piss joke, every single thing that happened, they would laugh
all
at
the
it.
references.
Dude, it was like a sitcom. And they're the live studio audience, and they laugh at exactly the points where you're supposed to laugh in the sitcom.
It was brutal.
Brutal! Dude, why were these people laughing? It literally made me angry.
It was angry at some point.
I don't want to feel like that, dude. I don't want other people having a good time to make me feel so bad.
Just the people laughing, compounding on the extremely crap movie where we just go like, did that just happen? And did those people just laugh at that?
Wasn't that the point? Because I could imagine like you both just walking out of the theater like fuming, and then everyone around you's like, "Oh, dude, you remember that part? Oh, it was so funny."
I will tell you this: there were 2 ways to get out of that. We went the opposite way of everybody else. We were the only 2 people that went out that door. We saw none of those people in the lobby or anything. We walked straight through the other door. I couldn't
get out while we can.
Dude, that movie was so bad.
Yes, it was.
I don't even remember the main character's name.
Who cares?
And they laughed.
They laughed. That was the worst part. And it wasn't like it was. Oh, look at Medea. She cray cray.
She cray cray.
That movie was a fun vacuum.
I want to see. Let's look at reception.
Terrible. It's awful.
It was on screen for critics in advance and was universally panned.
Yes.
It was awful. On the other hand, I liked Evil Dead. BG is on the fence.
Yeah, I told Mike about this. I feel it was okay. I think I'm leaning more towards liking it as a movie. Maybe not as an Evil Dead movie, even though I've never seen the series. I think I'm leaning more toward liking it as a movie, just taking it for what it is.
I like
it.
As opposed to like, oh, they had this legacy to live up to, and they didn't live up to it. It's a new movie, dude.
Yeah.
I'm taking it as a movie, and I liked it from that. Okay, here's the thing. It's a horror movie, but horror does not equal scary. Scary and horror is not the same thing. People need to start learning that. Horror is like a genre that usually takes from like the supernatural or, you know, blood, gore, guts, all that stuff. It doesn't need to be, you know, have a bunch of jump scares or be some psychological thriller or anything. It's a horror movie, but people are like, oh, it's not scary, so it's not good. It's stupid.
Yeah, you don't need 500 jump scares, because that had maybe 2 or 3.
And they weren't even like jump scares.
It wasn't like a wee sort of thing.
And like people, okay, here's what I find funny. People complain that this movie isn't scary despite being a horror movie, but the original Evil Deads were like horror comedy.
Yeah.
So they
It
weren't
was supposed to
scary
be
either.
horror, but it had the fan take of comedy. Therefore, it kind of created like a new blend of horror type genre.
Okay, so it wasn't scary either. I don't see those people complaining about that. They just want to complain about this new movie because it's not what they wanted.
I think they wanted to go in just like, as soon as the movie started up, it's like, oh, there's the Ash replacement. Let's see what he says next. And it wasn't that. So they were just like, oh, there's no Ash. Boo.
Where's the boomstick? Where's the boomstick?
No one said groovy. What is this crap?
Where's the chainsaw for a hand?
Which happened.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, it kind of happened.
all right.
Chainsaw for a hand kind of happened. Shotgun happened a lot. It was all within the last like 20 minutes of the movie, but
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it.
That end scene was just,
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I liked the movie. That was DA and BG's movie corner.
No,
Yes.
dude, I'm not done with Scary Movie. I'm not done with these people.
He's human.
You take the day off.
So the BG hate round for the tournament, which we'll talk about in a little bit, will
Shut
be
up,
editing
Mike.
the scary movies.
Okay, I have never hated a scary movie like this. The other ones are either like good to okay to like it's there, whatever.
Man.
This was
Offensive.
offensively unfunny. Offensively unfunny. Like people work hard. They go through the week. So on this Saturday, you're gonna spend the money you made, the little time you get, however much it is, to go see Scary Movie 5, and you laugh at everything.
People go to the movies to enjoy themselves. They're not us. They don't go to a movie to just say, oh, this is terrible. They went with the knowledge of going, this is a movie that I'm going to enjoy, so I'm going to enjoy it for what it's worth.
People can go into a movie saying they're going to enjoy it, but if the movie is so bad, it's unenjoyable. You can
Was
go
that
into
DA
a
with
movie,
reason?
Find enjoyment in weird things.
you could go into something like, I'm not going to like this.
I
But
mean,
then
for
you like
example, BG, for example, DA finds enjoyment in My Little Pony.
And you went into it like, I'm not going to like this,
True.
but you like it. So even if you're trying
Much
to
to
force
our
yourself,
disdain, by the way.
even if you're trying to force yourself into the enjoyment of this, dude, there was no enjoyment in that movie. They switched to a super fake baby
Ooh.
that they set on fire. They hit the head, and people laughed every time. Dude, the Benny Hill sex scene in the beginning that lasted like a minute and a half, and they're
Dude, you're lowballing that. Like a 3-minute scene. The inconsistent times.
oh yeah, and then when it would speed up, but it'd be normal.
But it'd be normal time and then a time. Oh, cool. It was horribly produced as well.
It was horribly edited.
Yes.
It was horrible. The script was so unfunny.
The child actors were terrible.
I haven't seen. Would you say worse than Heavy Rain level? Dude, they were bad.
They were bad.
And it's there's very few like good child actors. You get some, but there's very few. So when you're like
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Game of Thrones.
so when you say a child actor is bad, that's saying something. And these kids were bad.
I'm gonna venture one day, like I said to BG while we were walking out. I said I'm gonna rewatch the movie and count how many times someone gets hit by something, and I guarantee you it will be no less than 100.
You should make a video. It's literally just like
A ticker at the bottom.
All the hits.
it's like literally the video will probably be like 5 minutes, but it'll be like and just have like a ding 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 ding.
It was.
Ding 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 ding.
I'm trying to think of any
Ding,
moment
ding,
where I
ding,
legitimately
ding,
at least
ding,
smiled
ding, ding.
during the movie, and I can't. As I said, if Molly Shannon, if that character was in any other movie, it might have been something. but surrounded by this nothingness.
The movie, here's what it was. It was an hour and a half of, hey, you remember this? Here's things from it. That's all it was.
And
that's
sometimes
not a bad thing.
Sometimes they'll literally point out what it is.
Yeah.
So you know what it is.
That 50 Shades of Grey scene where she was just like, oh, here's the book. Oh, yeah, we get it.
All right.
As you said, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, absolutely not. It can be done correctly.
They didn't.
Oh, no.
They did nothing correctly. Unless they went in with the idea that they're just going to make it as cheap and stupid as possible.
No, they didn't, because it was 20 mil. They spent 20 mil on that. If they wanted to do that, it'd just be 5 mil, and then just
That's more like actor fees.
13 mil, nothing but profit.
I'm going to
That's more actor fees, to be honest.
What?
That's nothing but actor fees, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I got to assume a lot of that went to
Tyson, all sorts of people.
Why were these people in
Cat
this?
Williams, Snoop Dogg, their scenes were terrible.
Oh my God, that cabin in the woods scene
that went on too long.
No, the cabin in the woods.
What, the one from Texas Chainsaw Massacre? No, the cabin in the woods. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we can move on from this topic.
-5 out of 5.
-5 out of 10.
So that is still a scale of 10.
Whatever, it's a negative number.
All right.
It's the
So
worst movie this year.
before we get on to, we're going to be kind of rehashing some old editing topics since we're, like a year and a half or so into this shtick of this podcast.
Might as well
So, but a few little gaming things that came out recently. The first one that I came across this week is, to many people's dismay, whatever you would like to say, Nintendo is not having a
E3.
I say no, they're having an E3.
No, they're not.
Let me finish. They're not having a big press conference.
No, they're not having any press conference from what I read.
They're having 2 smaller press conferences.
They're basically having panels, not a conference.
And they're going to be at E3. They're going to have they've already said they're going to have the new Smash Bros at E3, and they're having 2 smaller press conferences. But they're not having, a big show. To me, I don't see a problem with it. They're already doing their big announcements via their own platform, via Nintendo Direct. Why would they need to spend money on a lavish stage performance,
Yeah.
They're already, getting investors and stuff interested in their stuff via their Nintendo Directs. All they're doing really for that is standing in front of a green screen. So I think they're saving money, and then they're getting their message out in a more direct manner to the people that care about it.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, they'll have their presence at E3. They'll have smaller little press conferences, mostly, I'm guessing, for business people. And, release a video here or there throughout. Kind of like what like Square Enix or somebody would do, like, oh, here's a tech demo, here's a game here, here's this and that. Stuff like that. And I think the big thing, too, is because I think they know, I wouldn't say they're not going to get outshined. However, most of this E3 is going to be
Xbox
about
and PS4.
Yeah, it's going to do a lot with that, where they could have some good games, but I mean, most of the news circulating is going to be about the new systems. Therefore, if you really think about it, Nintendo, a week or two afterwards could say, oh, here's a Nintendo Direct with all the crap we were going to announce at E3. And then, boom, they have press. So, I don't see it as a bad move, in all honesty. I can see it as a gut blow to some fans. Definitely, where it's well, what the fuck? I read it, when I first read the article, I was like, that's what that was for me. I was like, what? But after I read into it, read some facts, it's okay, this makes sense. In all honesty, I could see Xbox and Sony doing this in the future as well.
Maybe next year. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. It's in all honesty, in these past couple of years, Nintendo has set the precedent for a lot of things that Microsoft and Sony have followed in suite. So this might be another thing. Who knows? It is definitely interesting. It is definitely interesting to me. It's going to be weird to see how it pans out. But the other thing that I saw was apparently details of the next Xbox were leaked.
Yeah, I read that too.
Supposedly. the price and the not I wouldn't say
$2.99 and
spec.
$4.99. $2.99 for the restricted version that comes with a 12-month gold contract, basically at $10 a month, and the regular system $4.99 with just regular.
The fact that you said contract, that just sounds so wrong for a gaming system.
I know that's what I just have the article up right now. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll
But,
read you the exact
and then-
word in a second. It's not.
Yeah,
I don't think
but-
it's contract. It's like actually
But
it
apparently,
might be.
Subscription.
Yeah, it's basically a
it might be,
contract.
but apparently the always online
It's true.
as far as what that says is true. So, ugh.
I really hope they're just trolling with that, because if it's always on, they're done.
It's going to hurt the sales.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
no,
There's-
it's not going to
there's
hurt
no-
the sales. They're done.
You really think that'll put them in the shit?
No, I don't think. I think their console will fail.
It will. No, it won't sell as much. I guarantee it won't.
I don't think this. You're saying that the sales will be impact. I think it will be a flop if they do this. I don't think Microsoft will go out of. They're clearly not going to go out of business.
Oh
for
yeah,
this.
yeah.
But the Xbox. Will
I meant,
fail if they
I
do make it
think
always
that's
online.
what I meant is Xbox.
Yeah, I think the 720 or whatever it's going to be called
It's just called
will
Xbox.
flop if they have always on.
It's just called Xbox.
Okay.
From what I'm reading, they're just titling it Xbox. They're getting rid of the moniker and just making it Xbox.
The Xbox will fail.
Interesting.
It will be the worst selling console of this generation.
I thought you were about to say of all time. I was gonna be like,
Oh no,
ah.
no. There's many. There are people that are going to
Sega
be out
CD.
there. They have that casual gaming,
Ouya?
the console,
Yeah,
the
the
one they
Ouya.
want to do. Yeah, they have that. They can make it more into a hub or whatever for like Netflix and all that if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's gonna flop. It's gonna be a colossal failure. Like we won't see anything else like it in the next 10 years. It's gonna be amazing how poor these sales are.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'm not going to buy it.
This is Ralph
If the
talking.
Xbox
people.
if the new Xbox is always online, I'm not buying it
It's
Right.
because I know for a fact I'm gonna be at school during this. I'm not gonna have a good internet connection. I'm not always gonna be able to be online. No, it's not
No.
gonna work for me.
You don't need to be always online for certain games. I play a lot of
No.
RPGs. What do I need?
no. It needs to be always on to even work.
Yeah, I know.
To even do anything, it has to be online.
So that's ridiculous.
That is called DRM, Digital Rights Management. It is the shitty anti-piracy measures that the gaming industry has started to adapt.
Mhm.
Xbox
Apparently,
will-
Sony has it too. Sony has the same patent.
But it's more or less they don't require it to be always
We don't
on.
know that.
They've blatantly stated it.
Have they?
They said that, yes, they have. They said that for updates and stuff like that, of course you require an internet connection, and it is always on when you're connected to the internet. So, like, when you power down the PS4, it goes into, I guess, what is, like, analogous to, like, a sleep mode for a computer. So it can do, like,
background.
downloads and updates
Firmware
in the
updates,
background.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it's disconnected, you can still play games.
You can still do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Whatever thing you can do offline, just do it. But-
Exactly.
Yeah, the Xbox. I'm going to tell you right now, the only way this thing's going to be a success is if people learn how to hack it, so it doesn't need to be always on.
The only thing to me, like, I mean, if it's always online, I'm not going to buy it. But to me, the only thing that could even help, I would say, is if they somehow improve on Connect. But
No.
again, I think, like, I'm saying help, not
It
save.
does. It will help. No, but yeah, no, it's not. The always online feature kills it for me. It's like I know for a fact I'm not gonna have internet sometimes. I know
Yeah.
for a fact.
Mhm.
I've been there.
The infrastructure of American, it's not good enough for this.
Not
It's
yet.
not
They've
ready.
I actually just read recently a tech survey saying that America's internet right now is still pretty poor compared to the rest of the world's internet.
Yes, it is, especially
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
Japan's
Holy
internet
shit.
infrastructure is outrageous in comparison to us.
we're just so just like bottom of the barrel, and
No,
we
it's
pay so much
because
for it.
we pay just the same amount as people do over across seas. Actually, we pay more than they do
Yes, we do.
overseas for worse service, mainly
I know.
because our services don't want to upgrade anything, even though they're getting paid ridiculous amounts of money for their services.
I know
The
some
only
people in Europe that spend like $40 a month, and they get like 50 megabyte downloads a
50,
second.
50 meg download, and they spend like $40. Exactly. It's ridiculous how poor our
I
service
mean,
is.
the only company that's doing that right now is Google,
Google, yeah.
and I mean it's a slow process.
Yeah, they're
So
trying to
it's
roll it out, but it's not going to be ready anywhere near. It's not going to be ready this decade. I'm going to say
yeah,
that.
No.
exactly. Until they can get these contracts and stuff out of the cable company's hands
Well,
and
it's
stuff.
starting with cell phones. That's getting out of the way. What's it called? I think not AT&T. Sprint? No. Some
Verizon's the only other company left.
Yeah, a lot of these cell phone companies now are getting rid of their contract restrictions, mainly because of the companies like Boost Mobile that have no contract and they're shattering their businesses because for $50 a month you have unlimited talk, text, and data. How
Yeah,
are you going to compete with that?
I thought you lagged out for a second. You're just like unlimited talk.
Did I?
That would have been like a good point to lag out.
Of course.
Unlimited talk. Really?
cease to talk.
Unlimited talk.
Unlimited talking, except for me.
Back to this Xbox. If we're going to get these data caps, they can't do this
That's true. That is very true.
because it's going to constantly need to send and receive information every second you're on, and there's no
Exactly.
telling how much this
At that
is.
point, that's going to devour your net.
Yeah, like
And you're gonna start paying the cable companies more per whatever
it's
byte you
Exactly
download.
my point. It's like there's just never a good reason to buy the Xbox at that point.
the
Really, there's
price
not.
the price is $10 for an extra 50 gigabytes. For every 50 you go over, it's another $10.
Yeah. It's
So if you're playing a game and every minute you're transferring, let's say 10 megabits a second, I mean
That's
for per minute, like an hour gaming session, that's like 6 gigs.
Yep.
especially if you're playing like the Fable MMO that's rumored.
Mm.
Well, that takes a lot
Oblivion.
of connection. Oh yeah, or you mean Elder Scrolls Online? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, see,
Oh yeah, Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah.
they
But yeah,
they can't do this. It's gonna be a failure.
No, they're doing it, and it's going to fail because of it. Xbox is killing themselves here with us.
hmm
Just to
And of course, too, it's just gonna be like, oh, we could make the games playable offline, but it would take so long. Then modders would be like, yeah, we just changed a line of code.
You're still on this SimCity thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably what'll happen. In all honesty,
It's
modders will get in and they'll be able to change it easily.
Yep.
And they'll blatantly deny it. But what was I just looking into? Oh, the other thing I saw was that EA is having a lot of layoffs and stuff,
Yeah.
which I think they're just trying to weather the storm right now. But I mean, it sucks for the people losing jobs is not fun for anybody. But they're definitely, I think, just trying to weather the storm of bad press, which it won't stop.
It's because they're idiots. They're just like
That's true.
Capcom, and their sales projections are like so outlandish. They can't hope to meet these.
hmm
They need to like.
What was the other thing that's Battlefield? Some stuff on Battlefield got leaked.
Did it?
Battlefield 4, yeah.
Really? Like what?
Just different multiplayer modes.
Always on.
One of them was like kind of like similar to Mag, where you could be like the commander, play as the commander, and order
Really?
people to certain places. Which that to me, like if they can do that right, then it would be cool.
Oh yeah,
But
but
of course, they have transactions and all this different stuff.
they do.
Of course.
Not surprised then, I guess.
I don't mind
buy-
microtransactions if you're going to lower the price of your game. If you're still going to go 60,
Exactly.
what?
I said exactly. Because, like, I mean, you charge $60 for the freaking games. It's like, oh wait, we didn't give you all the guns, but you can buy them.
Yeah, if you're going to charge, if you're going to make people have to pay more for the content,
Yeah.
just lower the price. If people don't want to work at it, then they can just buy it. I don't understand. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
maybe I'm just out there. Maybe I'm the
No,
idiot.
we're just old school. We know things when they were simpler and more streamlined and actually sane.
I mean, different things too. Like you like to me, like when like DLC. The thing, like
I'm
I
sorry,
find it
on the
funny.
disc DLC infuriates me.
Well, yeah, I mean that, but like I mean
Capcom.
DLC to me should just add to the experience of the game. It shouldn't like
Be
be
necessary.
crucial to the game.
Yeah.
For example, the what was it? I still find it funny to hear DLC and Nintendo in the same phrase, just because it hasn't happened until now.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
the Luigi DLC for New Super Mario Bros.
Oh
It
yeah.
just changes up the experience. It's just like it's Luigi's game now. Like,
Year of
and
Luigi.
it's like here's Luigi. He's a little bit different from Mario, and it's just like that's it. And it's just more. I mean, it's just the year of Luigi, and it's just like just a fun thing that they're adding that really doesn't change the game experience or doesn't really change the context of the game at all.
It just adds to it.
Yeah,
Can we
and I
just
mean
can
like
we
for
just admit that Luigi is the better Mario Bro?
oh, I know that.
What?
Of course, come on, Luigi time.
Why
He's
is
just the
Luigi
best.
the better?
I got his single game. I still need to get Luigi's Mansion for the DS. I've been hearing nothing but good things about it. That was the first game I got for GameCube. It was so
I
awesome.
hated Luigi's Mansion.
What?
Hated
Why?
Why?
because it was boring. It was so boring.
You got to hump furniture. What's boring about that?
Like Screed.
I'm sorry, but that game just bored me to tears. I had to force myself to beat it.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
I was like, I wonder who the end boss is gonna be. Oh wait, easy enough to figure out.
Well, no, it was a trick. It wasn't Bowser.
I know.
It was King Boo.
Again, obvious.
But
DLC.
wow, brain fart. Yeah, that was the Luigi thing. But
Luigi.
that's. I'm trying to think of. I mean, Assassin's Creed has been good about that too, as far as you don't like the deal. While this last DLC has been shit,
The King
I haven't really.
Washington DLC has just been awful.
Dude, like BG, you don't understand. Like, Proceed does not like Assassin's Creed 3.
Mm.
I don't.
And it pains him to not like it.
Don't worry,
Shut up.
4 is right around the corner.
4 looks to be, it's sounding at least to be the game 3 was supposed to be.
It sounds like the way 3 looked.
Not really. 3 looked like it was going to be somber, but not as nearly as somber and lackluster as it was in the actual gameplay. 4 seems like it'll be a little bit more action-packed, more fast-paced, and it'll actually have a better story. Because the character drives the story. So, and it seems like what's his name? The Kenway grandfather seems to be more of like an Ezio O'Connor fusion.
To me too, like in all honesty, if you could really think about it, Assassin's Creed 3 might have just been the testing for the ship combat.
Let's just
Could've
throw a
been.
game around it.
Let's test out the new tech engine. Oh wait, let's put boats. Oh wait, we like boats. Let's focus on boats. We put out game about boats. Oh, we need main character. Oh, let's make him Native American. Oh, let's not give him any personality. We don't have time to give him personality.
My people.
Yeah,
There
no,
we go.
I'm
There's
pretty sure
personality.
they let the Indian tribe make his character. Let's stick it to white man. Make character really boring and dry. We thank you for our people, you bricks.
Our people.
Do you know there are people that defend on this DLC?
Wait, what?
Really?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Who are these people?
They're not my people.
They're not.
These people seem to be hipster pricks.
Okay, I'm gonna lay it out really. They're Capcom fanboys. They really are.
Capcom fanboys, of course.
Yes. They are defending the Street Fighter Cross Tekken on this DLC. I'm going to tell you why. One, you get 12 characters for $20. That's a bargain.
Absolutely. I agree.
Despite the fact that you already have them on your disc.
So far, so good.
Two, it saves storage space. Because if it's on your disc, you don't need to download these 80 megabyte characters
Right.
in case you're running out of space.
Truth is being said.
Three, if you take it over to your friend's house, they don't need a compatibility patch or anything. Since it's already on the disc, if they don't have the DLC, you can still play the DLC with them.
These people are genius. I'd like to have Haggis.
These people are idiots.
Idiots, dude. And now, oh my God. So, one, they don't understand how the development process works. How a game can be done months before its release date, and it has to go through certification and go gold and print discs and ship out to these places. So, Injustice comes out, right? The day before the release, NetherRealm Studios announces the first DLC character is Lobo. These Capcom fans, the ones that talk about on this DLC being so great, they are trashing NetherRealms because the DLC, if it was on disc, they could play with everybody, and they're saying that they put it on, they finished it before the game was also. It's a different medium. Enjoy having to download your ginormously large characters, people. These and morons. Look,
Maroons.
the game was probably done December, January, and they did the quality test. So in that time, what are they gonna do but work on a DLC character? It's not during the main developmental phase of the... These people piss me off. Capcom fanboys are like the worst thing you will ever see. They defend they are so on Capcom's balls. It's amazing. They will defend every
straddling the shaft.
I can't believe, how can you be a proponent of on disc DLC and try to come at me with this garbage about bargains and $20 extra and you get 12 characters? How could you not like this on my disc? What are you talking about? It's mine.
I'm gonna say, with a little bit of education, you could get those 12 characters for free.
If you finish all 12 grades, you can get the characters for free.
By going into the code and just like removing a little bit. It's like, oh look, the block is gone. I have the characters.
These people are just amazing. That's all I have to say.
And the thing is too, like, I understand, like, from a point of view, if like a Capcom person was coming at me with the balancing of characters and blah 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 blah, it's like, okay, that's all fine and dandy. I understand there's a lot of development that goes into that. However, those characters are done. They're on the disc already.
100% done. Voice is done. Hitbox is done. Ending's done. Tag out's done. Everything is 100% complete. And then people talked about they're on the disc, but they're completely unbalanced, so they had to wait. The patch that came out that unlocked them, it changed nothing about those characters. There was nothing changed about them. What are you talking about unbalanced? You're an idiot. You.
It's literally like what you download is like a little segment of like a little code that like the disc says, do you have this on your Xbox? Yes. Okay, you can look at these characters
it's
now.
260 kilobytes. That's to unlock those.
That's a Word document.
It's a Word document.
I said
that's all it is. It is a little text document that says, hey, do this.
True.
That's all it is.
True.
I have said if they put the basic model of these characters and they're clearly broken and unplayable, then you can make an argument about saving space. If they have no voices, they have basically no moves, like, then you can make an argument. When it's 100% done, they set this off for certification like this. It's not like they finished the game and then they were like, oh yeah, let's put these last 12 characters on. No, they put it on there with the 12 characters. They sent it off to Microsoft and Sony like, yeah, this is everything that's on the disc. It's these 12 characters as well. They're not playable though. Give me your $60. And then they're like, oh, they advertised 38 characters. Don't hit me with that bullshit. I don't care what they advertised. Okay, I'm done.
And there's 50 characters on the disc.
I'm done, dude. These people are just. It's amazing. I just find
Yeah.
it amazing.
Or even that, like, especially like with the microtransactions or whatever, like all that stuff a lot of times is on the disc,
Yes, it is.
and it's just like, it's pandering to lazy people. It's just like, oh, you can get to level 30 or whatever online and unlock the gun, or you can just buy it now.
I don't mind, the pre-order crap on the disc.
Well, yeah, that pre-order stuff's different.
It's
Yeah.
whatever at that point.
It's an incentive by the retailer to get you to come to their store.
Exactly.
That's fine.
I don't mind that. 12 characters, dude. Come on.
Definitely. I think that could be a subject for discussion, especially later on. Like,
It's just gonna be
different
me
types of-
dominating.
all right, so as I said, we're gonna get into some editing stuff now, and I actually wanted to get into ever since Eagles tournament. This has kind of just been like somewhat nagging me a little bit, and it kind of goes into an old topic we talked about before.
Go for it.
DA, what you talked about was a Never End that commented
Yeah.
Yeah,
on your
never.
behalf, and just how like Eagle, or he's just like the only reason you chose that video over Comp Bros was it was DBZ or whatever, and just I guess it to use a word that has been a subject on this podcast, Eagle's bias was the reason for him picking another
It's
video.
You know what? But it's his tournament. It's his rules. It's his decision. Nobody has any right to pick it.
It's his opinion. Is that what you're trying to say?
Seriously, right now?
Is that what you're getting at? Seriously?
That's not cool.
Really? Really?
Yes.
It's a difference of opinion.
I hate you.
But I mean, to me though, and this goes into, I guess we're gonna talk about judging again, is what I'm getting at. But I feel like you gotta leave bias out of it though.
I
was gonna say, I mean, been stated multiple times, I'm the biggest Dragon Ball Z nut you'll probably see, and I still wouldn't put a DBZ video over something unless there was something there, that would put it above it. And I mean, I looked at a lot of Eagles winners, and a majority of them were DBZ.
The way I feel about it is, even if you're biased, when something is clearly better, you can't just pick what you like. It's
talking about me.
Yeah, yours was clearly better. I said that,
I
remember?
was just fishing for compliments.
Okay.
I need it right now.
I looked at that.
DA, you're
About
awful.
me, please say
DA,
it
you're
again.
awful. You should quit editing immediately.
Alrighty, right back to where I was.
I looked at that DBZ video. I was like, I don't understand how this won for
BG
storytelling.
did tell me that. I looked at it. I was like, yeah,
And his
Well, I mean, Eagles, his statement about that was he thought DA's video was action.
No,
makes no
DA put in DA put in a story. He thought it was action. Meanwhile, it wasn't action in any form of the word.
it was action for the last 20 seconds,
20 seconds.
maybe, because then at the end it peters off from the action. It does action for
But that's
15 seconds, and then it's the whole just we stand, we rise thing with Faith. It's a storytelling AMV.
No, it's not. It's 2.5 minutes of build up, and then the action, and then the end. He's right. I submit to it.
He is right, DA. You should just quit your life.
Yeah, a little bit lower than where I was before.
I just don't get it.
The bias thing, I kind of get it.
Explain it to
Because
me.
if I saw 6 AMVs, if I was chosen to judge a drama, and I saw 6 AMVs of Sword Art Online or something I've never seen, and then I see let's say My Little Pony, because I don't bring it up here enough.
Okay,
My Little Pony.
let's do it like this then. You see, it's drama again. You see 6 pony AMVs, and then that AMV we show it at Yomicon with all the masking and stuff.
That one.
the stairs. It's clearly
6.
better. Even
6.
if you
Stairs
like
one.
My Little Pony more, you've never seen like half those shows that were on it, but it's a clearly better AMV. So even if you're biased, it at some point it has to override, and your AMV was the clearly better choice.
But I do believe that enjoyability plays a factor into judging.
Sure, I've never seen Gurren Lagann.
But to
Yours
me,
was
I mean, enjoyability is enjoyability is a part of it. However, I mean, like, let me try to get a good comparison. You could enjoy certain music better, but there's still, like I enjoy, say like, Breaking Benjamin a lot, but I know Dream Theater, they're clearly better musicians. Something like that.
Yeah.
What was I going?
By the way, Mike has never met Mike Petrucci. Just throw that out there.
Fuck you. So, okay,
Mike has never met Mike Petrucci.
sidebar. His fucking friend has run into John Petrucci, the guitarist from Dream Theater, like 5 fucking times in the last 3 months.
He lives on Long Island, right by where I live.
And every time proceeds like, oh, guess what? Blah, 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 John Petrucci. It's like, fuck you. Every time. What was the last one? He went into
PetSmart for
PetSmart or
cat litter.
something?
Really? How odd.
That's amazing. So okay, my original point being,
Mike,
you're saying
never met John Petrucci.
You're saying enjoyability has to factor into it. I've never seen Gurren Lagann. I've
That's a
seen
title
every
contender.
episode of Dragon Ball Z. Yours was more enjoyable, and it's not because you're my brother or whatever. It's simply a more
bias.
enjoyable AMV. It's more original. I know you're not okay. We're just gonna push past that. Like,
In the background. Go ahead. Sorry.
if Blown submitted Dragon Step to something, it's and I'm trying to equate this to something because like sure enjoyability and bias plays into it sometimes, but it's clearly a better video, dude. You can't give me this. I don't care how humble or whatever you're trying to be. That's bullshit.
I truly believe that there's no blind judging. There cannot be a single blind judging.
That's fine. There has to come a point where something is just so clearly superior that you're like, even though I love this series, this video is clearly better, and yours was just clearly better.
Okay, I got an example. The convention that the OhioCon that we entered, DA. Remember that one, the romance video that won? The one dude's only reasoning for it was just because he liked classic anime and remembered how he would have to, rip, VHS tapes, and that's the reason he picked it. That is clear, unadulterated bias, and that is not a legitimate reason
That's
for
not a
picking
good
that
reason.
video.
I was completely biased.
Sure, something can get more points if you like it or whatever, but again, you have to sometimes just say no. This is just clearly the superior video, and it's no offense to the editor, and it's no offense to Eagle, but that's just bad judging. It is. Yours was better. I've never seen Gurren Lagann. Yours was better. It's opinion or whatever. I don't care. You can't judge a contest with doing stuff like that, especially when you're an editor of his caliber, of his renown.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I was going to say
believe that
renown is
people
probably a better word.
Saw that he edits almost exclusively DBZ and thought that they would get a nice little boost from that, and they did.
Dude, who cares?
It
Mike,
is what it is.
Mike edits DBZ. If I came to him with those 2 videos,
I would definitely pick yours.
it's got nothing to do with it. I can give him 5 AMVs that he's never seen before. He doesn't know the editors or anything. One of them DBZ, 4 of them are something else. But there's just 2 that are clearly better than the DBZ video. If he's like, I like the DBZ's, but that's just dumb. Well,
I'm truly playing devil's advocate and doing a terrible job.
yeah, because you're there's no
I've got nothing.
there's no argument here, dude. Your video was
Just he should have
clearly-
been forthcoming and said, "Listen,
All right,
listen."
like DA. Here's
No,
an
he
example. Like
should have been-
clearly, wait. Clearly, saying Stray was better than War.
There's
There was
no
some
argument
bias going
here.
on there.
Those
That
are
was-
clearly look. Okay,
It was clear
said
that
it
War was
before.
an awful video.
I hang my head in shame, sir.
as
You
a,
should.
as
The
an
war was-
AMV, yours might have been more enjoyable, but his was a
No.
clearly superior action video. It was clearly superior.
Can
to
we go back to
Shadowrun.
Wow,
complimenting
War was
me,
awful.
please? Nice hat, DA.
It's my turn, DA.
No.
It was a clearly superior action video. It just was. That's just
It
how.
really was. I mean, it was.
we
Everything was
don't
summed
need to
up
hear
by-
from you again.
Everything was
We
summed up
heard
by
it,
my
Ralph.
discussion
We
at
heard it, Ralph.
Yoma. Everything was summed up at YomaCon that one year, my first year at Yoma, at that panel with what's his name. Yeah.
Matt. Oh wait. Actually, that's a thing too. Not knocking on Mr. NG Silver, but he definitely has some bias going there
Yeah,
as well.
what's it called? That last award. What was that thing called again?
Best in show.
Best in Show. Yeah, that thing.
I don't
Right.
think it was because
The Ralph get fucked
The
award.
Ralph got screwed award. Yeah.
there was 2 other pony videos in the contest, and I think both of those were
Yours wasn't even in the finals, but it won Best in Show, even though it wasn't a part of the show. How does that work?
Read the rules. Raphael.
No, I'm not going to read the rules, DA. What I'm going to do is tell you to quit your life because you're a thieving, just pathetic editing, awful person.
I don't need these insults right now.
Yeah, you always need to be insulted, DA. You have to be reminded of your place.
Ouch. For your face, boy. Jesus.
Know your place, boy.
Again, judging can be biased, but come on, there has to come a point.
I'm just saying, I understand where all of you.
It's like, what was it? They asked me to judge for next OhioCon. I could just go up there and be like, "Oh, the Dragon Ball videos win!"
I can just.
Welcome to OhioCon, Bane. We like you having you here. Make sure the fire rises and burns DA's videos down.
Bane impersonation and a DA insult.
Okay, so I posted an article to. This is probably the worst IGN article I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. IGN posted about there is now the Dark Knight
Underwear.
Rises Bane
I saw
underwear. Why does that justify a fucking article?
Is the mask part where your junk is supposed to go?
Yes.
Really?
Insert the
The
fire.
penis rises.
The fire rises in your pants. See,
My fire is rising. I think that's the
No.
title. My fire.
No,
is
the title is
rising.
John. Mike can't meet John Petrucci. Yes,
No.
that's the title.
Nope.
Mike, have you met John Petrucci? Exactly.
No, I
Never
haven't,
going
but
to get over it.
I decide the fucking titles. And I will not
Mike's
let you get the
bias.
fucking say.
There it is.
I can totally agree to that.
Mike's
I am
bias.
biased. And my bias runs this fucking podcast.
My name is Michael, and I've never met John Petrucci, so I'm going to be a whitey little bitch about it.
In fucking deed.
Dude, they just gave me 2 topics that pissed me off. Scary Movie 5 and
I can
judging.
absolutely understand the bias. That's all.
I find
I-
no understanding in it.
I understand.
No, there's no understanding of it.
Zero
It's
comprehension.
his opinion on it, but I mean, if you're gonna run that contest, at least say that, you know what. Yeah, I mean, you can't even say much about it. I guess you kind of have to know the person.
But, like, I mean, like, say there's bias in, like, the freaking Olympics.
Which has happened. Huge
You know-
controversy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, just like, oh, I vote for my own country. Like that's, not right.
Bias can play a part, but again, when it's just so blatant.
I don't agree with. I understand.
That's I mean, in any kind of medium, that is the problem with subjective
that's true.
scoring. Unless there's like, a clear defined point system, whatever. Which, in subjective scoring, that's, it's not really clearly defined in any way, shape, or form, no matter how long your rule book is, I guess.
DA,
It's,
you say
it's
you
gonna be
can
crap.
understand it. Give me an example where you could be biased, and I'm gonna tear it down.
Where I can be biased.
Where you would be biased, and I'm gonna tear it down because it's ridiculous. It's awful.
Our last stream.
Okay.
There was plenty of videos that were story based, and I constantly kept saying, "Chibi, if you're just gonna flinch, don't even go somewhere else." Sorry, our dog is jumpy and an idiot. Our last.
So he's your dog.
Yes.
She.
You're breaking me down to a 2. Once I get to a 0, I'm killing myself.
Continue your point.
So I hear that the Burger King girl wants your phone number.
Ugh. Oh.
That's how I break it down. Oh, Jamie, he just knocked over the mic. This stupid dog trying to get patted by me.
I genuinely thought it was DA going to throw up.
Oh, this dog is so stupid.
I think that's the title.
Like,
is that G-I-G-I or J-I-J-I?
Can we just have one?
Or
Can we just have a string where there's like no account bros titles?
We're too good.
That's not too good, man. I'm tired of seeing us up there. Okay, continue with your point. The last stream, story based.
The last stream, there was a lot of story based AMV.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it would be better if I knew the anime because I didn't understand what was going on with like that girl who jumped off the roof or whatever, and the guy went after her, and then all of a sudden they're just running. It's just like, what's going on? I understand. I know that if someone were to see the anime, they would know what's going on, but I don't. So I'm gonna give it a lower score.
There's a thing though, like it really depends on the song. Like I mean, certain videos like where like you don't know the song, you don't know the anime. Like some of the lyrics.
No, DA was bringing down his own argument.
I said my song was pretty cut and dry with the anime. All you had to do was listen to it.
And you can understand if the AMV can't tell you what's going on within the AMV, it's a bad AMV. You shouldn't have to know the source material to know what's going on. And okay, even if you don't know the source material, you can tell a bad AMV. And a lot of those were not very good.
They weren't very good, but they weren't. I wouldn't.
Like the video, like the drama video we keep talking about.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, it was just a vast different amounts of anime, and like I didn't really like listen to the song lyrics. However, you could tell what the story was.
It did a good job of telling you what its story was. If an AMV is going to be story based, if it can't tell you its own story within its own like 3.5 minute section, then it deserves a lower score, regardless if you know the anime or not. Dragon Ball Z, it would be pretty cut forward during the Frieza saga. You could see even without knowing the anime, you could see what's going on. You could see who the good guys, the bad guys were. You could see the build up if you can build on that. If you're just going, you start with them landing on Namek, and then Goku's there fighting Frieza, and then the next thing you know, he's in the healing chamber. Then the next thing you know, he's flying in the ship on the way to Namek. That's just bad storytelling. Regardless if you know what's going on.
What kind of? Can you imagine a person though, like you're sitting there, like I guess say you're sitting with somebody, you're watching that person, they're watching a DBC video, the person goes, "Oh, what show's that?" Would you not look that person in the face like, "What?"
I've met a few people who have never watched Dragon Ball Z.
And like not knowing what it is at all.
I've actually been on my stuff at campus, and I was not editing. I was watching an AMV, and somebody I guess I knew was up. I was like, "Oh, what is that? Is that Yu-Gi-Oh?" I was like, "What? This is Dragon Ball Z. What's that? Is it kind of like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh?" I was like,
Come here, young child. Let me educate you.
Please go home and watch Dragon Ball Z. Apparently they watched episode 1 and thought it was dumb and would rather go watch like something like what was it? What did he say he'd rather watch? I think he said he'd rather watch blah than Dragon Ball Z.
Why is that guy green? I don't understand.
Thumb down, flag.
Why don't they have nose hairs fighting each other? Why aren't they throwing little monsters
Where's
at
that
each other?
bald guy's nose? How does he smell?
What? Why does he have dots on his forehead that look like his eyes? What's with the hair?
Yeah.
God. That. Like, there's certain things, I mean, like, if people don't like anime, I understand. But a person who's versed in anime, it's just like, I would stare at the person and be like, are you high? Like, really? You don't know what Dragon Ball is? No? Okay, leave. Leave me. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think we kind of talked, judging our opinions on it a bit. Just, you really got to try to leave bias out of it as much as possible.
It's true.
There will still be a bit. Like, I think, like, BG, like, say someone used, like, a out there source, there would be some enjoyability in there, I assume, if they did it well.
But there'd also be the same amount of enjoyability if somebody used an overused source. As long as it's an enjoyable AMV, it's enjoyable. I don't really care
Yeah.
what you use, whatever. Like, I don't get it. I understand you're trying to play devil's advocate.
Like, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't agree with it either. I'm just putting forth views that other people might have and doing a very poor job of it.
Because there's no view to be had here. You're an idiot. Not you. The people that judge.
This isn't me. This is the character DA.
Anybody?
So is the character DA the diddler, or is DA the diddler?
It's the same person. It's all the same action.
So I want to bring up something real quick. I've purchased the new Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3.
Here we go.
I'm gonna say right now, the campaign was hard. I haven't had to play a hard campaign in a long time. When you actually pick there's two options in the campaign. You pick the legendary option, which makes the difficulty very high, or hero, which makes it average. Picking legendary, I'm not even kidding. I've clicked retry and reload from last checkpoint more times in this game in this past week than I've clicked in games in the past 10 years.
Clearly, you have not played Dark Souls.
I've watched my play Dark Souls. It's a different beast. I'm saying there's just it's games aren't built like this anymore. They made this game hard, and not like stupidly hard. The enemies that the way they have the AI fight you is actually very intelligent and smart, and I haven't seen that in the game in a very long time.
I'm going to say this:
this game impressed me.
You artificially ramped up the difficulty, so
of course it's going to be difficult. They do make difficult games like that. BG can attest to this.
Catherine.
No, not that.
Catherine.
Not that. Can I speak, please? I died about a good 20 times in Pandora's Tower fighting one boss.
Oh, yeah. He was pissed. Every time.
That was an insanely difficult boss.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, this like, for instance, at the end boss, I have spent my entire day trying to fight this one part of the end boss, where I had to fight 6 of the resurrected tailed beasts, with just Naruto with Killer Bee as my partner. Even though I was QB cloak Naruto, I got my stuff ripped apart because there were 3 of them on the field fighting me at once. I had to actually strategically pick apart each one, and even then I had to micromanage my substitutions and my chakra, and use my items at the right time in the right place. I really haven't played a game, especially a fighting game like this, that required that much attention in a long time. So I'm just gonna say I'm actually impressed with this game. I just wanted to say that this game actually impressed me.
Okay, I'm gonna dispute 2 of your things. First, the difficulty of a game. Catherine, again, I played on normal difficulty. I was like 4 stages from the final stage. I had 99 lives. When I stopped playing it, I had 12 lives based off that level alone on normal difficulty. Catherine is not an easy game. Like if you're talking about you need to play something difficult that's not like a super beast like Dark Souls, play Catherine. It'll blow your mind.
I didn't like Catherine actually. I thought it was boring.
Well, that's just you again. If you try to play through it, it's gonna rape you.
Alex tried to get me to actually sit down and play it, and I really couldn't. It just bored the hell out of me.
Second, fighting game. Oh yeah, you didn't play Injustice.
And I never
The
will.
hardest difficulty in Injustice, it's not fair. I'm just
No?
gonna put it like that. It's the most unfair fighting game you'll see in a while.
I have two more examples.
Go ahead.
First off, why do they keep making Dark Samus the final boss in Metroid games? Jesus.
Because it's Dark Samus.
Well, no, that was just
Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3.
Well, no, Metroid Prime 1 was Metroid Prime. That was the final boss. And 2 and 3 is Dark Samus, who is Metroid Prime, but
it was
changed. Whatever.
I hated those fights. They were insanely difficult, even though they're a little older, whatever. And also, the K-On! Game. BG, again, can attest to this.
I actually laughed. Dude.
I sit there and I...
Hold on. If I could get DA to start over with that game and record it from beginning to end, it would be like our most watched video, period. He rages on this game. He takes it to heart so much. Like
as much as he does K-On! Or no?
He has to get S's to move on and stuff. He'll get A's. He'll play through the whole game. He's like, that's an S. And he'll see an A. He'll cover his eyes. And...
So is this like Clannad rage, or is this like a different beast?
It's a different beast. It's like a frustration instead of an anger.
All right, so there's no robots raising the dead.
No, you just brought him down. He made this face and then buried his head in his hand.
I think he's at a 0.
If I could get him to record this, people would not be able to stop watching it. Well, I would have a camera on him and also recording the game.
And I'm sure I'm just scary looking while I'm playing it. BG says I don't blink.
Dude, it's like 4 minutes long. They'll just be like, without blinking, his hands just moving. He doesn't move. It's just like, oh my god!
DA, what is BG like when he's playing Injustice then?
No, it's even worse.
It's a really good game.
No, I've seen BG play fighters before. He just puts headphones in and he just bobs.
I don't get.
You just listen to his music and he's just concentrated. That's it. Like there's a difference between concentration where you're just like in a groove and like seriousness, borderline anger.
Dude, he gets so angry at Chaos.
Like I'm trying to think of like a recent thing where like the fucking Assassin's Creed thing that I talked about, Assassin's Creed 3, where I kept failing the stupid chase.
Do you have hard songs coming up?
Like
there's nothing but hard.
I may have to start recording you, dude. We need to put this online. Dude. I swear.
What you have to do is you have to take one of your digital cameras and put it on a stand.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, on an angle where it's watching his face, and then have your capture card recording the gameplay.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, splice the image of his face in the lower left-hand corner of the game, and just.
That's exactly what I want to do.
So we think great minds think alike, I guess.
Dude, it would be like the most enjoyable thing you've ever seen in your life.
I would love to see it, man, because it would give me so much more ammo to rip apart the game.
Because this is happening.
That game is naught but failures.
Dude, what are you playing next? Because this is happening.
Exercise in failure.
This is happening. I have to do it now.
That game allows you to. It's forcing you to be able to accept failure later in life. That's all it is.
K-On! Making you accept failure.
You don't understand the way. When are you playing it next?
I'm not.
Dude, I have to
get this. You're not recording me.
Dude, I have to get this.
You're not recording me.
DA, you have to take one for the team.
He's he's gonna like treat it now. He's like looking at like something dirty. Like he's gonna like be home from work or something. You're gonna be at work, and then you're like the door be locked. Like DA, what are you doing? Nothing. Nothing.
But let me get this ass real quick.
Yo, DA, what are you doing? It's a throw up. He's either editing to hentai or he's playing K-On. Either way, do you really want to open the door?
Dude, you have to. I've never seen it like
Oh God. Like I can't even think of like something where I like. I mean, besides really that, like mostly like back in the day where you'd like play an RPG for like 3 hours and then don't save and
Or
your
you
game
just
freezes.
die, and like some lower enemy. It's not like even a sub boss or something. It's just some nothing enemy.
That happens a lot in Pandora's Tower.
Yeah, that's infuriating.
I'm really trying to think.
By the way, I'm bringing this game to Young with me, and we're
That's-
playing it for like drinks.
I've already told BG that you want to do the same challenge to
They
me
just
with
want-
that
yeah.
game is your choice.
Oh, we're going to be very drunk at Yoma.
They're
We're going
gonna
to be
lose,
very drunk.
and it's gonna be hilarious.
We'll enjoy.
What was the pun you said? Proceed. I forget. It was
Wait,
somewhat
where,
witty when you originally brought this up to me.
Did I type it? No, I didn't type it, did I?
I forget.
I'm gonna
Whatever.
look real quick.
But
I'm gonna.
you didn't
When it's
No.
you didn't type. I can
when
say
it's
that.
a month from it, I'm gonna release like a hype trailer for it.
Oh yeah, there needs to be a build up.
Just on your Superman.
Oh, actually,
combo.
speaking of that,
Because
so
that's
just to
way pretty
announce,
long.
is there anybody in the stream? Let
No,
me
there's
look.
not.
Let me look. Nope. Okay, doesn't matter. But so excuse me. As we announced a little on all of our channels and on our YouTube channel for the podcast, we are hosting a tournament,
And we will not
AMV
be
tournament.
judging with bias, which is why I think Lone brought this up today.
Not actually. You know what? I'm just gonna say yeah.
He's
Just
an idiot.
yeah. That's why I did it.
Oh.
Exactly.
I'm helping. I was trying to help you there. I
He
know
didn't
that's not why
even
you did it.
make the connection. He is a moron.
Da, you get angry at K on games. Stop
You're
talking.
one to talk. Don't. Yeah.
You
yeah,
haven't
just shut up.
seen the game.
Dude, you need
Yo.
to see him doing it. You have
DA.
to let me record you doing this, man.
Da, just go hit on that chick at Burger King.
How about no camera, just the mic and the game. No
I
camera,
don't need this.
no
Yes,
camera,
you
just
do.
the mic and the game.
Is this gonna be like?
Hold on,
We
hold
do.
on. Everybody stop
We
talking.
need it.
Come on, I
The
hit
world
that.
needs it.
Stop talking. Stop talking. So Da, you've got a video online about you diddling children and then mocking the handicapped, but
I
you
didn't
won't
want
play
that to go
K-On.
up.
But you
I
won't
actively
play
fought
K-On.
against that going up.
Doesn't matter. It's up. So what do you have to get? You have to
Wait,
lose.
you fought against? There was no fighting against it. What the fuck are
We're
you
not
talking
remembering
about?
the same
It was just like,
thing.
oh, I'm gonna need a job one day.
We're
That
not
was it.
remembering the same way.
We have it on video, you idiot.
There's video on the internet.
You're an idiot.
Anytime I need a reminder, I just go to YouTube.
That's not what happened.
Dude, even if I get you on camera, it's just gonna be 3 minutes of you. No, you have to be on camera. Never mind. That has to be part of it.
You can't wake up earlier than me.
I can set it up before I go to sleep.
I'll see the camera.
I'll put it somewhere,
I'll
dude.
just It's garbage.
I'll have the microphone right in front of you. That's not conspicuous at all.
That isn't
Just shoot
inconspicuous.
over it.
Just a giant red blinking light over the TV. What's that for?
A little odd.
Hey, look, there's a waveform that is currently going on the computer as I talk.
Let's start this chaos. Dude,
Oh god. Okay.
how much for you to be recorded during this? I will lay $10 right now.
Two. First off, I don't want people seeing that level of failure. Because I have to play songs again and again and again with certain people.
I mean, he would edit it. He wouldn't like show the same song
Dude,
about
there are
15
people
times.
online that play games that the whole thing is predicated on the failure. And
What? Rage
raging and
quit.
stuff. It would be absolute. Because this is not fake. This is 100% real. And the real is the most amazing.
It is. You have to do it. Nobody's going to think any lesser of you than they already do.
Dude,
I mean, who can think less of Kyle
Exactly.
Diddling? I mean, come on.
You're at the bottom of the barrel.
no, ignore
You can
them.
only go up. You can only go
Ignore
up.
everything they're saying.
Kind of hard when I'm constantly being called a child molester.
Dude,
By the way, DA, I need a listing of any and all job applications you fill out so I can send them a copy of that video.
Trying to make an honest living. I go to work. Nice person.
So what happens if I send it to Burger King, by the way?
Still a job.
All right, let's test this
Dude.
theory out.
I feed dozens of people every day.
Dude,
Oh,
Come
you
on.
feed them.
I provide them with nourishment.
dude, come on.
Stop. You just
If
gotta
not,
stop talking, man.
you have work tomorrow, don't you?
Of course.
We could probably still get a game or two in of something.
No, you.
Oh, but anyways, we kind of got sidetracked on the tournament. So yeah, A&B tournament we are hosting. It is based around the podcast. So all the rounds are themed around stuff that we have talked about, that we've discussed, that has been brought up on our podcast. For example, we each have rounds dedicated to a quote or something that we've said. I won't get into specifics. We have a round based on the Tien meme that we started. And just, a whole bunch of other crap that we've talked about. So it is not going to be an easy tournament, we will say. It will definitely test your, ability to use random sources, your ability to, do very outlandish editing.
A special round. Meet John Petrucci before Mike does, and then you'll be all right.
We already have my round. Oh, actually, now think about it. DA and BG, do you still have Proceed's Narutard videos?
No, that was way too long ago.
Yeah, old.
Damn. Okay.
Old.
I was in like
that
one
would
of
have been
those.
amazing.
I was in like one. The rest were my brothers, and I was the one with the camera.
Hey, we only need the one. We have one video of you
Got
Wii
a bob
boxing.
and weave. Got a bob and
No.
weave.
So, but yeah, so we're giving it about I'd say 2 or 3 weeks. We'll probably say 2 or 3 weeks
today.
from now, just because we definitely need to put it out there more. So it will be So it is Thursday, the 9th. May 9th is when we will end all submissions, whatever, and we will begin the planning process and, deciding what rounds are going to go what. We have a lot of rounds, and, we're not going to get to all of them, but... So definitely, if you're an editor and you listen to this podcast, go to our forum, which is... I always forget the link to this thing. It is... Wow, okay. It didn't load. wayofthepride.forum-motion.com.
It'll be in the link.
You can sign into, you can join the forum there. There is a administrating thing that we got to do in order to get your account open, but that shouldn't take too long because I'm checking it every day now. So do that. You can go to our podcast channel, youtube.com/WOTP podcast YEPP. So you can do that, leave a comment or something there, leave a comment in one of the videos, leave a comment on one of our channels, Lone Ninja 115, Requiem of Heaven, Comp Bros, any of those. Come and join. We definitely, I forgot the prize. We do have a
quite
prize.
a good prize, actually.
If you're an editor, it is a invaluable prize. It is a 3 terabyte hard drive, external hard drive. Believe me, if you do any encoding of any sort, that is gold.
It might as well be gold.
Gold.
I love gold. So yeah, definitely come join. You'll have fun. We'll have fun. Prizes. So yeah, definitely come and join. And we are over an hour, so is there anything else anybody wants to talk about? Yeah, I mean, as far as like current events, guys in Boston got
Yeah.
caught. Oh, one dead, one
Video game
caught.
championship wrestling every week until people start.
I actually went and looked at that at the end
It's
last
ridiculous,
week.
dude.
I am slightly ups. Well, I shouldn't say upset. I would rather Ganondorf's theme be the artificial fear
Dude.
version of that song. Give it a little bit more kick to it. Metal.
It's still.
I wish they had. Someone needs to put a video of like all their like entrances. I think that would be
Oh yeah, that probably would.
good. I went and looked for it afterwards.
It's an
and
awesome
nothing.
series though. Iron Man 3 next week.
Oh, I cannot wait for Iron Man 3 next week.
Okay. It's the start of a bunch of superhero movies and science
Iron Man
fiction.
3 at the moment Iron Man 3 comes out, I'm gonna be so happy.
So far, the reviews are really good for it.
I know, I keep hearing amazing things.
Oh, actually, speaking of science fiction, so I guess apparently, well, I don't know about the actual reviews, but my roommate in BG went and saw Oblivion.
Yeah,
And hated it.
Alex saw it. Said it wasn't the worst movie he's ever seen, but it wasn't good.
Let's see. Let's look at the reception. Mixed reviews, 57% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Average on 5.9 out of 10 on Metacritic. So yeah, from what I heard of, that's I guess spoilers. From what I heard of the ending, Tom Cruise fights
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Amazing. This hasn't been done before.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. I had a movie in my head and it went away. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, we will end the podcast
Don't let Man of
there.
Steel suck.
Man of Steel's going to suck.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't, dude.
It's going to.
I hope of one
Clark.
of two things.
You are the answer to Are We Alone in the Universe? Oh my god, I'm not human. I hate myself. Well, I want to go on a fishing boat for 7 years. Oh,
That's not why he
wait.
went on the fishing boat, dude.
I'm
You can
just,
see it in the
I'm
trailer.
being general. I'm being general here.
Uh.
He's just gonna be a whiny little girl until he discovers, oh, maybe there's some good I can do. Oh wait, random generic bad guy, General Zod.
Generic.
But they're going to make him generic. I'm telling you, they're going to make him generic bad guy number 30.
Generic Zod.
Zod is going to be made generic bad guy number 32.
You seen that viral video with Zod?
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, have you?
No matter
seen...
how,
Mike Shannon is gonna be an amazing Zod.
no matter, it doesn't matter.
He
He may play the character well, but I guarantee they wrote him off as a mediocre villain.
We'll see.
I'm
I just
almost certain of it. He's not going to be good.
I don't know if I want this movie to suck or not. I don't want it to be like spectacular because then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, Nolan can do no wrong," and then. But I don't want it to be bad because it's Superman.
It's gonna be bad. I just know it.
We shall see. And then the two movies after that are the Wolverine and actually just the Wolverine.
Wolverine's gonna be that movie's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be good. I just want to see Thor: Dark World and Captain America after.
Yeah.
Well, Captain America hasn't even started filming yet, if I understand right.
Winter Soldier started filming.
It's filming here. I don't know. I think because it's filming in Cleveland. I think I would have heard stuff about it.
I've seen images of them filming it.
That could have been just pre-production
Possibly,
stuff
actually.
though. But well, yeah, because I know they did for the Falcon, isn't it? And the guy who's playing it is upset that his outfit isn't corny. He's like, I want it to be the corniest piece of shit I've ever seen.
I already like this dude.
He's like, I was so upset. It was pretty funny, but yeah, Dark World looks pretty good. That's the one thing too. I guess once we get done talking about this one on the podcast, but the thing I think this Thor movie is going to be a lot better. Just because, like the first Thor movie that was definitely introducing regular movie people to Thor. And that's not. It was not an easy task because it's. Thor, even though he's a comic book character, he's essentially the Norse god.
Set up Loki for the Avengers.
Exactly. So they had to do a lot of stuff in that movie, and now that that has happened, they can like just up the scale of shit, like shit hitting the fan
Yeah,
for
true.
Asgard, and adding some little plot twists. So I think too, like bringing Thor back to Earth, it's like okay, there's a whole bunch of superheroes here. Like, what good would Thor be back on Earth? And I think it was a good thing to like focus it on his home.
Yeah, like I said, well, I told BG, they had a real problem with Avengers because now in like the first 5 or 10 minutes they're gonna have to explain where's Captain America, why isn't so and so helping, so they're gonna have to do that real quick. I can understand Thor, but Iron Man is just like,
Where's Cap?
yeah,
I can understand Thor
No,
not being there.
no,
Hulk not
they'll.
helping.
I can already pretty much figure how they're going to play that off. Just because nothing's been the same since New York. That one line kind of sets up exactly how they're going to explain everything that's gone down.
I think the big thing too, just like it happens a lot in the comics, where like Iron Man will be out in patrol. I think it happened in the Extremist part of the comics, where he fights the dude that's injected with the Extremist virus and gets the shit kicked out of him. But before that, he's just like, "Do you want me to call the Avengers?" And Tony's just like, "No, I can handle this myself." So Tony kind of has his.
but that's what I'm
streak.
saying. They're gonna have to bring up why they're not there. That's all.
If they don't, it's
okay.
kind of like, why aren't they there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for Iron Man, it's easy. It's just like I don't need him. They can explain it in one
like
sentence.
like many things in The Dark Knight Rises.
Iron Man and Thor is going to be easy. Cap is going to be difficult. I guess that's why they're adding
the Falcon.
It's him and Black Widow going on an adventure.
Oh, okay.
I'm going on an adventure.
That looks like it's going to be pretty shield heavy.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But getting back on the Wolverine though, like that movie
I'm glad
actually
it's rated
looks
R.
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's rated R? Oh, beautiful.
It's PG-13, Bush.
But it's a Wolverine.
I want to see the
blood.
blood.
Yeah. No, I'm glad Wolverine is R. There's hope for it.
And no changing accent Gambit.
Dude, Gambit.
They murdered Gambit in that.
Murdered Gambit. That's the best way to put it.
They did. They murdered him in that movie.
They murdered Gambit.
And they murdered a lot of mutants in that movie, but none was more brutal than Gambit.
I'm sorry, a little bit of an accent can't change a complete mischaracterization.
Okay, Deadpool didn't become bad until he became the Deadpool at the very end of the movie.
Just him appearing without the mask as Ryan Reynolds was bad enough.
I think that's the title. Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds.
The title I'm telling you has got to be Mike is not Med John Petrucci.
Nope. Fuck you. Fuck you. But I mean, one of the things though with Wolverine's character though is like, I mean, it's hard to make him relatable.
Yep.
Very hard, considering he can survive Hiroshima getting blown the hell up. They're not Hiroshima. Or is that right?
The thing is,
that's right.
though,
okay.
Not everybody has to be relatable.
True.
Oh, man.
Very true. But but I mean, to like get, I guess for a Wolverine movie to get plot development, there has to be like something, I guess, drastic for his character, just because he's usually the lone gruff.
His regeneration gets taken away.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm getting at. Is like something drastic,
like
he
voluntarily
becomes
lets go of it and gives it to his friend or something like that. That's what I'm getting.
He becomes mortal.
Only for a little bit, though.
So like that, for a little bit, and then he has the relationship with
Yuki. I think her name was
mother.
Yeah,
I forget it. Yukino, I think. But it's for comic book people, it's the mother of his child. So that's something for at least people that know the comic to latch onto. But I mean, just overall, the special effects in it look good. The story sounds good, and all that stuff. And the other movie that I'm looking forward to is Star Trek.
Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a good summer.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the summer big movies, a lot of them are looking good. Which I mean, once we get knee deep into summer, we'll definitely have another episode like that where
Oh,
we
yeah.
talk about the blockbusters. I'm sure there'll be one that BG and DA can rage about, like The Dark Knight
I
Rises.
saw Man of Steel. How could they ruin Superman? How? I don't under. What? Why was Zod so crappy? Which is, I, why did he shoot lasers from his nose? I don't understand.
I've said
I'm still 5'9".
I've said you're
I'm
not
not even
fine.
5'9". I'm 5'10" now.
No,
So
dude,
it's nothing.
dude, you. Oh my god, you just don't get it.
We're arguing
brings-
Superman
he brings
and
it-
his ginormousness and his tank ability, and BG's are like, oh, he slumps, so people can't tell that he's
He
a
slumps.
6'9" monster.
He slumps and wears baggy clothes, dude. So people can't pinpoint his body type.
Dude.
And
Dude.
people
So
assume.
he goes from 6.
Dude, hold on. And so people assume, and people also assume Superman does not have a secret identity because he doesn't wear a mask. They assume he goes around 24/7 being Superman. Everybody, if somebody comes up in a mask, everybody's like, who's the Batman? But if
But
it's
his face.
again, who is looking at Clark Kent?
His face. How many times has Lois been saved by Supes?
It's been a lot.
A lot. So she's in his arm. Thank you, Superman.
Yep.
Hang on a tick. No, nothing.
Dude, Clark Kent,
The dude is a monster.
they can't even assume Clark Kent is because of the way he acts.
All right, I think we'll end it there.
Oh man, still does not suck.
He's 6'8".
I think that's where we drop this because this. I want to say this for after we actually do see the movie and it's awful, and then
Yeah, exactly.
all right, guys.
All right.
Why don't people
thanks
automatically
again, everybody.
see Wolverine and think, hey, that's Wolverine?
I'm sure they do, but
They do.
No, they
Actually.
don't.
Has he never
Wolverine. They're like, oh, look, it's Wolverine.
You just go, hey, whoa, holy crap.
No,
Really?
he'll reach for wait.
Well, I think the difference there is
He'll get a step ladder.
BG. I think the difference is, hey, are you Wolverine? That guy gets stabbed in the face. Wolverine has no qualms about killing people.
This is true, actually.
Captain America walks down the street, and some people don't know it's Captain America.
That's understandable.
Steve Rogers. How many times has he
That's
gone out without his helmet or mask?
That's
Many a time.
People know who he is. There's some people who don't recognize him because people are just stupid. But the entire planet not realizing
And more,
who's Superman. Okay, honestly, I think we should just stop here.
Okay.
We really
yes,
should.
we need to stop.
We need to end it here before we get BG here on a king rant.
All right. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning
Next
in.
week,
We will see
John
you
Mike
next
is not my
week.
John Petrucci.
ruler.